Okay, so live from summer camp. This is going to be my official Anthony Joshua versus Oleksandr Usyk 2 prediction. I'm not going to go through the tail of the tape here. I'm just going to get right into it and why I think Oleksandr Usyk is going to beat AJ's ass again. Well, first of all, let's start out with the obvious. Oleksandr Usyk dominated Anthony Joshua in the first fight. Anybody that thinks that fight was close doesn't know how to score a boxing match. The most rounds you could have given AJ were 3. Okay? He won the sixth and the eighth, and the fifth was a swing round. So, at most, you could have given Anthony Joshua 3 rounds in that first fight. Usyk dominated him. We also have to point out another obvious thing. Anthony Joshua was too much of a fucking coward to leave England for the rematch because he's a privileged little spoiled girl that makes far too much money than he deserves. So, I mean, they're definitely cooking up the setup. Anthony Joshua went to have secret meetings with Floyd Mayweather. He went to have secret meetings with Clenbuterol Alvaroid and the Reynosos. Geez, I wonder what those could be about. You know, just nonsense, bro. And, so there's obviously something in the air. And he doesn't want to leave his backyard for a fight like a typical Western coward. That being said, though, to be honest with you, I think Oleksandr Usyk has his number. I think he's going to... I mean, look, man. There's always that possibility. It is the heavyweight division. It's not some bantamweights or something where these guys can hit each other with 1,000 punches and nobody gets knocked out. It is the heavyweight division. So you can't write off Anthony Joshua completely, but he was just outboxed so thoroughly and dominated so badly in the first fight. I have a hard time envisioning Anthony Joshua winning this rematch, whether it's in England or anywhere else. I think Oleksandr Usyk has a lot on his plate right now with considering what's going on in the world and what the situation is with the Ukraine and all that. So I think he's going to want to tear a hole in Anthony Joshua's soul, man. I think he's coming for blood. I think he basically wants to finish what he started in the in the last 3-4 rounds of this fight here. I think that here's the problem, and you guys know I'm a massive Usyk fan, and I dislike Anthony Joshua, so I'm saying this as unbiasedly as I can. And if you're new to the channel, please hit the like and subscribe, by the way. But here's my thing. I don't see a method in which Anthony Joshua can win. Unless he catches Oleksandr Usyk with a big shot and hurts him and drops him and all that other shit, which is possible. These guys are heavyweights. You can never write that off. But other than that, I don't really see a scenario in which Anthony Joshua can win this fight. He definitely can't outbox Oleksandr Usyk. We saw that in the first fight. So, in my opinion, Anthony Joshua is, he's going to have to look for that one big shot. And even if it does land on Oleksandr Usyk, I don't think it's going to be enough to put him away, because I've been telling you guys this for years. Usyk and Lomachenko have some of the most underrated chins I've ever seen. Okay? Those guys have very, very, very good beards on them. All right? So, honestly, and here's what it all sums up, really. I don't see a way that Anthony Joshua can win this fight unless there's a fucking robbery on the cards, man. I don't. I don't think he can outbox him, and I honestly don't think, unless he gets hit with something huge that he doesn't see coming, I don't think he can knock him out either. So the only way, in my opinion, Anthony Joshua is winning this fight is if they just completely rob Usyk on the scorecards in England, which is a big possibility, but I'm not seeing it, man. Now, for Oleksandr Usyk's part, I think that, I think he needs to do what he did in the first fight, but maybe get off to a little bit. I mean, he won the first few rounds in the first fight as well, but in the same breath, get off to a more aggressive start, I would say. Now, that wouldn't be to walk into a right hand like you saw from Anthony Joshua there, but nevertheless, throw that extra flurry, throw that extra combination, throw those extra few punches and don't even leave it in the judge's hands. You know what I'm saying? Don't take the chance, whereas you don't have to. As far as the judging in this fight goes, in my opinion, they should adopt the same method that they did in the first fight, in which they had one English judge, one American judge, and one Ukrainian judge. That's about as fair as it gets. I think that should be implemented in this rematch as well. So honestly, man, I think Oleksandr Usyk is going to. I really think he's going to put it on Anthony Joshua bad in this fight. I actually think Oleksandr Usyk will get very aggressive, especially in the mid to late rounds during this fight. I think Anthony Joshua is going to try his best to counteract what Usyk's doing, but Usyk's going to be slipping the punches and hitting him with counters and using his great footwork to be out of range when the time calls for it. So ultimately, I do see Anthony Joshua putting up a valiant effort in this fight, but I think Usyk is just going to overwhelm him, and I ultimately do think that Usyk is going to lay it on him harder, thicker, and put more volume on Anthony Joshua than he did in the first fight, in my personal opinion. So with that being said, for my official prediction in this fight, I'm going with Oleksandr Usyk I'm going to call it a 10th round TKO. I think in the mid rounds, I think the first few rounds will be somewhat of a feeling out process like they were in the first, even though Usyk was winning those rounds. I think it'll be the same thing, but I think once rounds 3, 4, 5 start coming on, Usyk's going to turn that volume up just a little bit more, throw that extra bit of flurries, put it on Anthony Joshua even harder than he did in the first fight. And I honestly don't think Anthony Joshua will sustain a win or be able to sustain the volume, the combination punching, the flurries, and all of that other good shit that Oleksandr Usyk is going to present him in this rematch. So, for my official prediction, like I said, I'm going to say Usyk gets out. This was my same prediction from the first fight, actually. I'm going to say Usyk by a 10th round TKO. All right? I don't think Usyk's going to leave it in the judge's hands. I think he's going to put the weight of the Ukrainian people onto Anthony Joshua's face. Let's just put it that way. And I think he's going to knock him out and stop him. And God bless the man, too. God bless Lomachenko, and God bless all the people of the Ukraine. That being said, I'm doing this all from summer camp. So please be sure to hit the like and subscribe. I will leave my Cash App in the chat. I'm doing this all from the can, guys, so any support you could give would be greatly appreciated. But that being said, I got Oleksandr Usyk whipping this dude's ass and knocking him out late in the fight. Again, man, I don't see a scenario in which Joshua wins. I don't think he can knock him out, and I don't think he can outbox him. So that's my 2 cents anyways, people. Please hit the like and subscribe because I need you more than ever now. I got Usyk 10th round TKO. So God bless everybody and have a wonderful afternoon. Salute.